The whole area right now is blocked off by police, and as you can see behind me, it is still a very active scene. And testimony still can be given, even if you weren't able to talk at the hearing today. Firefighters from 6 different companies were able to come here and fight this fire, but unfortunately the building is a complete loss. Players and fans were all trying to figure out if football was back or if the lockout was going to continue. Yes, Brad, police have just told us tonight that a 28-year-old male was shot and killed. And right now you cannot go through on this street. Even hours after the vigil, candles are still lit at the very spot that Eddie was shot. And you can see this tree down in the front yard on the 6000 block of Holly. Well, tonight's prom just wrapped up about an hour ago, but the memories from tonight will last a lifetime. And 37 years after his passing, CJ is still very much a part of the Pfeiffer family.
You have a great man as your congressman.
Just hours after Representative Paul Ryan officially endorses Mitt Romney's campaign for president, he's with the former Massachusetts governor on a stop at Serb Hall's Friday Fish Fry.
This is the man who has the depth of conviction.
That you have one of the leaders of the Republican Party, one of the most well-known leaders of conservatism, coming out in support of my campaign. That gives me the kind of boost I need, particularly going into primary day on Tuesday.
A big reason for the two pairing up is that Romney agrees with Ryan's budget plan.
We can't keep on spending money we don't have. We can't add obligations to the future that we know can't be paid.
The receptive audience gets the chance to shake hands and briefly chat with the candidate as he enters Serb Hall. In his brief remarks, there was a noticeable shift from attacking his primary opponents to attacking the party's opponent, President Barack Obama.
I'm going to keep talking about Barack Obama day in and day out, and I think that will serve me best even in the primary.
While Rick Santorum and Newt Gingrich continue to attack Romney, he feels they'll all be on the same page by November.
I'm convinced that Senator Santorum, Newt Gingrich, Ron Paul, and myself will all come together and unify behind our nominee and make sure we take back the White House.
And they're cleaning up here at Serb Hall, but that doesn't mean Romney is done here. In fact, he's just beginning his campaign stops in southeastern Wisconsin. Tomorrow morning, he will be in Pewaukee, then Muskego, and then on to Waukesha. Also, our one-on-one interview with him will be posted on our website, fox6now.com. Reporting live at Serb Hall in Milwaukee, Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
Brandon, I'm just curious. Serb Hall is a pretty darn big place. We didn't really ever get a shot of like the whole room. Was the place full? How many people do you think were there?
Oh, there were hundreds of people, and the place was definitely full. Both rooms of this place were full. And in fact, the other room where he didn't go in and speak, everybody knew all of a sudden that he was in here and were trying to get a glimpse of the candidate, but it was hard to do that because he was kind of kept under tight wraps so he could talk with us and other media outlets.
On Wisconsin Avenue tonight with our big story.
Yeah, it is a big story. That's right, Ann. The man allegedly robbed the Bank Mutual branch that is just behind me here on Wisconsin Avenue. And his plans of escaping with the money kind of came to an abrupt end, and it happened quickly, and it probably or could have happened because he didn't read the book that was also in his possession.
It was crazy and it was weird.
Ram Bruner runs a parking lot on Wisconsin Avenue right across the street from the federal courthouse and right next door to Bank Mutual.
I know what was going on.
But what Bruner did know was there were a lot of police in the area just as his break ended on Friday afternoon.
I looked up, they had the suspect in the car.
Bruner wasn't aware why, but later found out that the man in custody had allegedly robbed this Bank Mutual at Wisconsin Avenue and Jefferson Street.
Again? This has been about at least the third time that I know of this bank has been robbed.
He then fled on foot and happened to run right in front of 2 police officers, an assistant chief and a lieutenant. The call about a bank robber had just gone out and the man matched the description. Quickly, backup was called and the robber was arrested a few blocks away at Broadway in Michigan. But this is where the irony sets in. Police found a book in his possession titled How to Be a Successful Criminal. The real deal on crime, drugs, and easy money.
I guess he wasn't reading it.
Is that the book for dummies?
Obviously, that goes to show he wasn't reading that book. Bad spot. Police is everywhere. And the federal people, they come out doing a check every 10, 15 minutes. So he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, apparently he did not read that book as you heard there, or he just ignored everything that might have been in it. However, the people that were working at the bank were all okay, and in fact, the bank also brought in counselors to help them deal with what they went through this afternoon.
I'd do anything for my princess. I like to love you, my young thing.
Even with balloons and hearts filling the field house at North Division High School on Saturday night, It's the heartfelt smiles on faces like Madison Wright and her father Derek that light up the room.
It's almost like being in heaven. It's a joy, it's a fulfillment that makes her happy, like I said, which fills my heart.
I didn't know what day it was gonna be, tomorrow or Sunday, and I'm actually bonding with my father this time.
Bonding between a father and daughter is what the 9th annual Daddy-Daughter Dance is about, according to the dance's organizer, Cedric Banks of the Milwaukee Recreation Department.
We hope that it's a connecting point, a starting point for that bonding to take place, if it hasn't already.
For the Wrights, dancing to the DJ's music means a lot more this night because just a couple of years ago, this wasn't possible.
I couldn't go because I was in the hospital. And I said the next year I'm healthy enough, I'm gonna go.
So he and his daughter were able to make it last year, and on this night, they were the first to arrive, giving Madison the chance to let loose on the dance floor once again.
Sometimes I like it, and I get to be free and all that homework over and my troubles get away from me. I mean, come on, really.
Which in turn makes her dad smile from ear to ear.
It fills my heart knowing it fills her heart.
And the dance was part of an effort to increase positive communications between fathers with young women and girls, which could help to ensure the girls' health and safety later on. It was put on by the Milwaukee Recreation Department along with the Milwaukee Fatherhood Initiative and the Social Development Commission. And tonight's dance included games, food, and prizes and was open to anyone of any age. Live in the newsroom, Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
Brandon, I am smiling the whole story. That is so cute. A little girl that has a good relationship with her daddy, that is a powerful thing.
It is, and she was so excited to be there. And one thing that we didn't show, she was also so excited about the food, and she was going to go out to dinner after the dance, so this was a big night for her and her dad.
Very exciting. I'm happy for her. All right, thanks, Brandon.